Go.
Hello, everybody. How's it
Hello.
going?
Hello. It is Toku Hero time.
Doing good.
It is indeed Toku Hero
Indeed.
time. I'm one of your sleep-deprived hosts, Jack.
I'm Enigma, now looking
I'm
like
the equally
Toku.
proud motion.
Okay, sorry. I am Enigma, now looking like Tycoon instead of Zenkai Red from Kamen Rider Heat. So yeah, schedule changes mostly to recap on what happened in terms of Tokusatsu this week, recapping the weekend. So
Yeah, so we had some technical issues go on last week, so we weren't able to get the video uploaded. Basically, you guys could only hear me and not the other guys.
yeah, so now I'm recording
Correct.
it until otherwise. So yeah.
All right, so I guess as normal, we shall start out with some Transformers stuff. I actually tried to be professional this time around and take notes on all our subjects today.
Right. That sounds like a good idea.
So, both me and Mochi agree that Legacy Evolution is looking really sexy right now.
Oh, the new figures, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen two of them.
100%.
The junk keep one, and the one that looks like a purple tank.
Yes, Tarn, and I don't know what that new
Is the purple guy with the Decepticon mask.
Yeah, that's Tarn.
Yeah, the other one is like a junk looking guy, scrap heap. I don't know.
What's his name?
I sent an image to Mochi a while back.
Scrapbook.
I don't remember. It's like a pickup truck that most looks like it was made out of junk.
Yeah, I can actually.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Scraphook.
Yeah, I think that guy.
Is that his name, Scraphook? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I got it pulled up here.
Yeah. But yeah, they look nice. They look good.
Yeah, I'd say the weakest out of everything right now is Needle Nose.
Yeah, really? I didn't see that guy yet. Needle Nose. Let's see here. Oh yeah, these new Transformers figures look nice.
He looks a lot. Somebody on Reddit that I saw point out that he's looking a lot like Silverbolt from Combiner Wars.
That's the one thing I noticed. Like some of these guys are from the early 2000s cartoons, which I find interesting. Anyway, this guy, right?
Yeah, him.
He looks certainly G1.
Yes.
Who are the little guys?
I think it probably would have benefited more for being in Titan's Return. Like not. It's a little too late now. If that makes sense.
I can barely hear you. Sorry, Mochi.
Oh, you might want to. You probably just want to turn his volume up a little bit.
Oh, by the way, it's Mochi's birthday. Happy birthday, Mochi.
Happy birthday. We got a birthday boy.
Yes. So that's what we do.
Appreciate it.
How is your birthday going?
Pretty good so far.
That's good.
He's the birthday boy 1 year closer to death.
Hey, you're going with it.
I remember back when I was your age.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, I'm the one.
Don't you start now.
Hey, I'm the one who's closest to 30 right now, so I will start if I want to.
Sure.
Boomer.
I don't know. I grew up on Transformers animated. If that's an indicator of age.
I grew up with Unicron trilogy. If that is an indicator of age.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
Early 2000s stuff.
So like Armada stuff.
Yes, that's what that is.
Okay, cool. But robot animated.
My introduction was either Armada or Energon. I can't remember which one I watched first. But I know I watched it after it aired because they were on discounted CDs.
Right. But
Actually, first thing I ever watched was the original Robots in Disguise. Back when that was actually airing. Not G1, it was some from like the year 2000, 2001.
Right. I think my technical introduction was either animated or Prime or the Michael Bay movies. Because I do remember I had like one of the toys from the Michael Bay movies. I think it was the Revenge of the Fallen. I don't know. It's the one where they went to Egypt or whatever.
I'm pretty sure that was Revenge of the Fallen.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, I had one of those toys, so it was either the Michael Bay movies or Transformers animated. So, yeah, that was
nice.
A time. So,
for some reason, I had this vivid memory. I remember I had a DVD of, I think it was the first Michael Bay movie. It had like this motion comic special feature that I was watching one day, and that was like one day while I was watching that was the day I lost my last baby tooth.
Oh, your last day of innocence was watching the Michael Bay movie?
Fittingly enough, yes.
Oh dear. Okay.
So fun fact, I lost my last baby tooth.
Well, I'm pretty sure everybody was there when they watched the movies.
Yeah, probably because they punch themselves every time they hear Skids and Mudflap.
Oh dear, no.
Actually, I don't even think Skids and Mudflap were in the first movie, were they?
The green and red ones?
Yeah.
They feel like they were in the first ones, but I feel like there was something from Revenge of the Fallen.
I don't think they were. Am I right on that?
I have no idea.
They were in Revenge of the Fallen, and they were planned to be in Dark of the Moon, but they were dropped last minute.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So Revenge of the Fallen is their only film.
Because somebody's consciousness actually awoke at one point and decided to spare us more of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's funny is that they had like different paint jobs. We're going to have different paint jobs in Dark of the Moon, and they still had the figures ready for that, so they released them anyway. So technically, they do have an appearance specifically for that movie, even though they weren't.
So technically, they exist but are in limbo.
I'm pretty sure they're dead, aren't they?
Oh. That's a good question. I
think so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're one of the guys who were killed by by KSI.
The combiner scrapyard. I don't remember these names. I'm a fake fan. Yeah, well, that's fun. That's in terms of Transformers stuff. Is there anything else we need to mention?
To answer your questions, those little guys that's with needle nose, they're called Target Masters. They're just Transformers who turn into guns.
Oh, so it's like, okay, so they're mini cons.
Kind of, sort of.
How is it kind of, sort of?
Kind of, yeah.
How is it? Is there a difference?
They're technically classified as minicons. They came first before minicons, but just retroactively have been classified as minicons technically.
Oh, so it's like one of those weird categorization things. All right.
Yeah, basically every small transformer has been retroactively been added to the minicon sub transformer things.
So that includes Soundwave, the cassette tapes.
Yeah, they're technically minicons.
In a way, yeah.
I see. What interesting knowledge I have acquired.
You shall learn yet.
I always seek knowledge. That's the point.
And I think before we jump topics, we should address the elephant in the room, that being that Thu is now technically canon.
Yes, because Theo Adams is now officially on the Transformers wiki, making him canon.
Oh, wait, who?
Transformers reviewer.
Has officially
Transformer.
hosted.
Oh yeah, there's also one more thing I found on Twitter, which I find interesting enough to warrant to bring up. Hold on, I'll upload it.
Well, while he's looking at that, I just want to mention that we now have an actual good-looking hotshot, which he actually just posted a picture of.
Yeah, I don't know. I just find this whatever's going on here
I see.
interesting. How old is Armada Hotshot? When he came out, collectors were pissed that he had opaque windows, but today collectors will be pissed that he has clear windows. So I don't know what the deal with that is. Do you two know what's going on here?
Let me see this tweet here.
They're just, in my opinion, it's just kind of making a big deal out of nothing.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Well, yeah, it seems a big deal out of nothing because like either or looks good.
Yeah, he actually looks good. Like the actual first pretty good looking hotshot.
Yeah, to me, it's just the difference is that
there's some cases where
I feel like the only difference is that one it will have to be more prone to like paint chipping, but.
Well, the thing is, you kind of run the risk because you kind of run a risk either way because you have the fragility of clear plastic or the fragility of paint. So it's just whatever looks better to you, is pretty much.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so either deal with the paint chipping or deal with possibility of plastic breaking.
Either take it,
poison.
Either take it or leave it. There's no winning here.
No, anyway. We do not have any winners here.
I like the new one. Looks neat.
Tarn is especially sexy. First ever official toy we have of him.
Since
the first actual functional one.
Yeah, functional one. Well, was there like one of those deformed things made of him? Those tiny like statue things?
There was one of those, and then there was like a Kurokare from Flame Toys, which is basically just a non-transformable but highly accurate version of it. And let's face it, this is the better option. It actually functions, and it is $30 versus $400.
Oh dear. So now we have an official transformable Torn figure right now.
Yes, a fully transformable one, and he looks great.
That's pretty cool. I guess if you want to count that female version that Jobby has.
I haven't watched Jobby in a long time, so I can't really comment on that one.
Basically, he got a figure of a female Torn, and he basically reviewed that. And
sounds about right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Other than that, I got nothing else to say.
Yeah, I feel like that's unlikely to. Yeah, I feel like that's unlikely to enter the Legacy one.
Oh yeah. So, are we gonna jump subjects now?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
There's a good deal to talk about with Power Rangers.
Yeah, do we want to go ahead and talk about that first?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. It is the 30th something anniversary of Power Rangers. Hooray! It's still legal. It's still old enough to drink. That's good. Hello?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay, good. Were you trying to figure out what to say?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I didn't get. That's one of the few things I didn't get notes on was the Power Ranger stuff. Like I know they revealed some stuff about Cosmic Force or Cosmic Fury.
Yeah. The gist of it is that it will be adapting Q Rangers, but Mighty Morphin Power Rangers style, aka Die Rangers again.
Basically, they're taking the mechs from Q Ranger, and giving it to the other Sentai.
Yep, and also different suits, a la the Thunder Zords and this ninja thing. which is like still which I still find kind of weird, but whatever works. Supposedly they'll have the same budget at when they made the Dino Fury, but it will take longer because they can't rely on the stock footage anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
So hey, original footage. That's always neat to see.
Yeah. The only draw 10 episodes.
Only 10 episodes. That's weird. 10 episodes.
Well, that's why I mentioned That's why I mentioned they can't rely on stock footage. It will take longer. So I guess they decided only 10 episodes. But we can only hope that they're a little bit longer than the normal episodes. So, we'll see when it comes out.
Yeah.
All I have to say is, like,
it's fitting that the...
Yeah?
I would say it's fitting that the newest space season is exactly as long as Alien Rangers was.
Yeah. Only 10 episodes. And that was mostly for plot.
Yep.
How fitting. So, I think didn't they warn us about this, though? Like, Cosmic Fury being, like, a classic
What do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like at some point a while back, maybe a couple months ago, that they did say that Cosmic Fury is going to be, like, older Mighty Morphin Power Ranger seasons. So it's like, were we given a heads up about this and we didn't take it seriously?
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. And they did confirm that Zach and Billy are coming back, right?
Yeah, they're back from the peace conference.
Well, Zach is. Billy's come back from Aquitar.
Yep. Hey, good for him. He figured out his weird age thing. That's good.
Now he actually looks his age, which is supposed to be an old man.
Yeah. Imagine he just like lives.
Allegedly,
Sorry, what?
Yeah. Allegedly, we also have Rocky, Yen. I mean, what? Sorry, Rocky, Cat, and Jen coming.
Yeah.
I saw their comeback too.
Yeah. Basically, the gist is that Rocky, Zach, Cat, and Billy are coming back, and a new character named Yen will be coming in to serve as Trini's place, basically becoming the Yellow Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a rumor going around.
They couldn't get...
What?
I guess they couldn't get Aisha.
Well, no. Well, yeah. Trini's actor's dead. But the gist is that the rumor is that this Yen character is supposedly Trini's kid in show.
That'd be neat.
Yeah, that'd be neat. But yeah.
Might actually check this one out. I might actually check this one out.
Yeah. I haven't seen Dino Fury, but based on like a few clips, it seems kind of unhinged. A little bit. Just a little bit.
I love Unhinged.
A little bit.
I want to see some wackiness.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just like one clip is like the pirate guy saying like, "I gotta make you walk the plank." Then the red guy comes in and is like, "What is that?" And then Pirate Man is going like, the famous pirate punishment from the movies. And Zayden, whatever, says, "I have never seen those." And it's like the pirate guy says, "Oh, whatever, fuck it, we gotta fight." And it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, it seems interesting. Along with whatever's gonna be happening with Cosmic Fury. I'm gonna be interested how they're gonna explain a lion being a dinosaur in space.
Because why not?
Because why not? Of course.
Anything else about Power Rangers we want to talk about?
30th anniversary. Oh, we already mentioned that. What else?
It seems implied that Tommy is getting yet another set of powers, and it's going to be the statutory orange equivalent of the season.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I think I posted that.
The cowards don't want to do Lord Drakon.
That is just a rumor. Yeah.
That is funny. I don't know, just like, yeah, found it.
Give us Lord Dracon in shows, god damn it.
And maybe one day when they do like a whole bombastic, this is gonna be the finale of this season thing.
Maybe. Oh yeah, I saw that picture and that of him in that chair or whatever that is.
Yeah, I don't know if he's there for the funny or if he's actually there for like, oh, he's just gonna come in to become a scorpion for a quick moment.
Who knows? Why not give him powers? He's Tommy. Why not?
Also, I realized, besides SPD Orange, which is not canon, this would be the first official Orange guy if he does come in to become the Sorcery Orange or whatever.
SPD Orange is canon in my heart.
I don't care about your heart.
Yes.
He is not canon.
He is canon in our hearts.
No.
Technically, there's Beast Morphers Orange. I still count that. I'm sorry. I don't care what anyone says.
Okay, I'm counting that one just for the sake of it, because like it was a kid who wished for that, so I gotta respect that wish.
Right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Wait, what?
But I might be having a fever dream right now, but I swear there was a Dino Charge one as well.
Dino
Charge Orange?
That was a comic thing. And it turned out that guy was a fake.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah. Basically, it was like a
alright.
Dino Charge Orange turned out to be this monster, a blah 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 fight in the comics. That is a rough simplification of whatever happened, but yeah.
Yeah, I only tune in like every now and again with the comics, so I could not tell you exactly what was going on. Last thing with the comics I saw was the new Mighty Morphin Green Ranger.
Mighty Morphin Green Ranger. So there's a new Dragon Ranger?
Yeah.
Wow. Who is it?
I forget his name.
Yeah. Also,
Good.
Yeah, the Dragon Thunderzord is also canon now. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, I sent you that picture the other day. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, I remember the Zap Megazords. Do we want to talk about that?
The Zap Megazord?
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, why not? It's like
the new Astro Megazord.
Yeah. The first one came out recently for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and the next planned one is gonna be the one from in space, which is gonna be interesting. Yeah.
Yep.
And honestly, I'm pretty sure Mochi said this, but it's like it looks of Soul of Togoken quality, but more moderately priced. Something like that.
I'm down for that.
Yeah. Yeah, even has like a little,
accurate, yeah.
Yeah, he even has like a little cockpit on the mechas, which is a nice detail.
Yep.
So, if you want something instead of the Legacy Megazord, here's your chance. Why not? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll move on to. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mochi.
I was gonna say, unlike the Soul Chogokin version, hopefully the Zap version will not destroy itself after a couple of years.
Let's hope.
Yeah, I don't think there's like chrome on it, last I checked. So I think the only weird thing is like with his knees. Like, I see a review of it.
Yeah.
But it's like basically there's like a weird thing going on with his knees in order to like do the tank mode. So it's like when you try to use the actual knee, this fake knee will like unfold itself, and it's just like, oh god. So I guess that was the only.
Allegedly, they're making.
Yes.
Yeah, allegedly they're making a running change in the molding that corrects that and stabilizes it. So hopefully that'll get fixed soon, and everybody that needs new parts can get them.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Not bad, Hasbro. Not bad. So, is there anything else to note?
I don't think I've heard anything else about Power Rangers lately. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The last thing I have to say is that I should really rewatch some older seasons of Power Rangers. Because, like, in the Tokusatsu file folder, there is Power Rangers there in their full capacity. So it's like
Yep.
I should at least watch RPM one last time because it's not on Netflix. Those dinguses. Yeah.
We can go ahead and move on to Common right now. First off, a few things with Revice, I guess, that we tried to talk about last week, but just a recap of what we were trying to talk about. Veil has a new form, looks pretty dope. Evil lives and demons' new forms look pretty stupid.
Yeah. The new Veil no, I think the situation was that it's a different demon or guy that looks like an identical clone or twin of that one guy that was killed by the chameleon demon. I don't know the situation. All I know is that the new Veil form or whatever, whoever it is, looks like orange magma crush. So, what have you?
Did they actually come up with a backstory for this guy yet, or we still not know?
Supposedly from the Twitters, the situation is that this new guy blames Icky for killing his brother, but George tried to explain to him how much of an idiot he is, and the chameleon guy did it, but he wasn't having it, so he's gonna fucking kill Icky, I guess. Using the Crimson Veil stamp that somehow he got.
Because I guess he got it from Junpei somehow.
Either he got it from something or whatever. he has it. You gotta fuck up Icky with Orange Crush.
Nice.
Get that Orange Crush.
Gotta get that Orange Crush.
Yeah. So we have a trailer for Outsiders.
Oh yeah.
If you guys have seen that.
I haven't. I've seen some of it, but not all of it. But it looks nice.
Yeah, I watched it too. Cool to see some some return fellows. I'm always a fan of seeing Dan again.
You mean God King Godhead Kuroto Dan?
Our God Kuroto Dan.
Our God Man Godhead King Shin Kuroto Dan.
I always want to see him whenever he comes back, for him to constantly get more powerful. I just want that to be a running joke for any time he returns.
Well, your wish has been fulfilled because he did. He now has the ability to time stop.
Yes.
And so on and so forth.
Oh, so he can time stop now, Chrono style?
Yep. By just turning the knob on his gas shaft.
Oh yeah, with that new one that makes him look like fucking Sephiroth.
Gamuso. Yes.
I'm sorry, I wasn't ready for that comparison.
You heard? Oh,
I mean, that's what he looks like, and he's got the freaking JoJo text on him.
Well, yeah, it is Sephiroth.
And now I'll never unsee that. Thanks.
I thought you did it. I thought you already did it. Unsee it. Like, didn't we bring it up at some point? Oh wow.
I'm not sure. I just want to see him do more of his magical girl henshin.
If only, but we'll see if Delta will allow it. And that's another thing I find neat. Delta has a female writer once again, instead of like whoever took over. I just find that neat.
It is cool to see some Fives writers again.
Yeah, I did not really expect that. Because, like, the last time the Delta had, like, a female writer taking over was, she died in the show. So it's like...
Spoilers for a nearly 20-year-old show.
Yeah. I don't care.
Yeah.
Point is that, we finally get a female writer again, instead of, like, that boring guy. Whoever he was, I don't remember. That's fun. Delta. Well, yeah, it was Delta, but there's multiple Deltas, and the main guy who got it at the end was like kind of boring.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Phi stuff, but I do remember there was like multiple deltas.
Yeah, that's a basic thing with Spies. Is like you can play hot potato with these drivers before it was a popular thing to do. AKA
But, oh, before they did that with demons.
Before they did that with Caliber.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. It is a situation.
Yeah, Caliber and demons just kind of got passed around like it was just the bong at a frat boy party.
No, I still go by the hot potato thing because it's a semantic toss-up of who will get this thing. It's evidenced by Over Demons, who was taken over by Hikaru, whoever or whatever his name was, and then tells to Julio, the actual real guy. I still yes.
So if we're all good, we can go ahead and talk about episode 4 of Geats.
Yeah.
Which recap for episode 3, Dapon's an idiot.
He's always been an idiot. He's a tight.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And episode 4 did not change my mind about that.
Yep. He basically gave up early and I don't know, got squared by Nago.
What? Oh, wait, by the way, I just remembered. Somebody on Twitter posted like the actual ages of all the characters.
Yep, that is true. I covered it. It is right here.
Ace is only 22.
No, Ace is 21.
I thought I said it was 22.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, Ace Kamen Rider Geats is 21. K1 Kamen Rider Tycoon is 22. Neon Nago 18. Azuma, who is Bufa, 21. So basically, Tycoon is the eldest somehow, but yet the most pushover of them all.
He is somehow the most baby, but yet the oldest.
Yeah, soon he'll become a ninja and destroy them all. Maybe.
But anyway, for this episode, Neon was actually pretty cool in this episode.
Yeah, she's been cool ever since her episode.
Yeah, she definitely had her time to shine in this episode. I love the boost hammer combo there.
Yeah, that was episode 4. I watched episode 5 today. It was pretty cool too.
Oh yeah. I heard that it came out today, but I've yet to watch it, so that's gonna be next week's episode.
Yeah, but I can give a quick recap on that.
Let's save episode 5 for next week.
Fine. Well, I'll say that Nago and Ace make a good combo, and it did reveal the truth about the raised buckles. Basically, certain ID cores have a fast matching raised buckle. Basically saying the Geats ID core goes well with Magnum and gives a boost of power, and with Bufa's, his best race buckle is Zombie. And basically, if they have the correlating buckle with the correlating ID core, they'll get a little boost in power. So that's fun.
Nice.
So that'll be fun.
But yeah, we'll do a recap on episode 5 next week. But this week it's episode 4. But yeah, she was really cool. I learned today after going through the wiki that one of her bodyguards' name is John.
Yeah, John. He's the best one.
Just John.
He's the best one. It's John. Yeah, he even had a little collection thing on Twitter.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I don't see any other names for any of the other ones. That's the only one I see. Well, the only one of relevance, I guess.
Well, yeah, John's the best one, clearly. Obviously. And, to be fair, he was the only one who really announced he was going to be in Kamen Rider Geats. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, he is the best one.
What, was he like a fan who got a chance to appear in the show or something?
I guess so. I guess he got the role somehow, but I don't remember the specifications. All I know is that he announced his role on Twitter, and that became a meme. and now he is the best one. Me.
So on my notes here, just a few things about this about episode 4. Where is it? Okay. So yeah, we talked about the official ages. At the end, like the host girl, I forget her name. She talks about what it means to be a common rider. So what do you guys think it means to be a common rider?
That is a pretty subjective thing. What it means to be a common rider. I guess the most generic answer would be to be a hero of love and peace, but I guess in some cases it's not exactly that. That is a good question.
But yeah, I'm guessing there's like there's like a certain threshold you have to meet to prove yourself as a common rider in this show or this universe if it takes place in an AR world.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, here's the thing: it's not as easy to answer that question as it is to say, like, what does it take to be a Sentai? Because there's a lot of writers that are just douchebags and are evil people. It doesn't really seem to take a lot of, yeah.
Or they are Decayed, who is the biggest asshole ever. Honestly, I like Ace more than Decayed. Even though they're technically the same type of character, I find Ace more lovable. Hello?
Yeah, but he doesn't have the same sex appeal as Tsukasa.
My guy, have you not seen? Have you not seen the image?
I've seen the show, man.
Not the show. I showed Mochi like this image of like Ace have like a. Actually, I'll just show it. Hold on, let me just find it. It's probably not okay, but okay.
We're comparing who's sexier.
So while Enigma pulls up Ace's OnlyFans.
No!
Try to log on to Ace's OnlyFans.
Yeah, no. If only. Hold on. Found it.
What?
No. Here we go. Here it
is. Oh yeah, that image.
Yeah. Have you not seen this?
Oh God.
Subscribe for more on his OnlyFans.
Yeah, look at him go. And you tell me he doesn't have the same sex appeal as DK. You cannot convince me otherwise.
He has a different sex appeal than Tsukasa.
I'm pretty sure it's the same one but stronger. So he's stronger.
Can I just say I love how quickly this podcast devolves every week. It's amazing.
Well, yeah, you got me. Who has this nonsense here?
Soon we'll be talking about like which comrade probably has the biggest schlong.
Ace.
The answer is of course Dan.
Oh, that's easy to answer.
No, he sacrifices to become a zombie.
It's easy, obviously.
Easy.
Everybody knows that.
Are you sure?
I mean, he has the best drip, but I don't know if he has the biggest schlong.
Amazing how we made it here, of all places.
So someone at Toei make an official ranking list of who has the biggest dick in Kamen Rider.
You want to know the biggest twink?
Oh my God!
Watch her. It's Kiva. It's clearly
Kiva.
Yeah.
I beg somebody, please, make like a bar graph of like all the show at the Heisei Rewild writers of this.
Just somehow mathematically and statistically figure out who probably has the biggest dick in Kamen Rider.
Here's an easy way to measure this. Whoever has the most big dick energy has the biggest dick. Easy. It's easy.
Okay, so it's Decade.
Oh. No, it's Ace. No, it's clearly Ace. Clearly.
Let's wait till like the midpoint to see where his big dick energy stands. Let's see if he goes further beyond.
Okay, who is the most unhinged
fair.
cat in this Kamen Rider?
Who's the most unhinged?
Yes. Would it be
Dan?
Dan.
Yeah,
Dan.
probably Dan.
Yeah. Okay. He's just like a crackhead god.
No, I just want to see.
Yeah.
And I just want to see Dan and Gaim just kind of hang out with each other, have like a god contest or something.
I can imagine it now. Dan is really loud.
I feel like after a couple minutes, they would just stop fighting. Like the scene cuts to them just like getting ice cream or something.
I can see that.
No, just like a fruit parfait.
Just
keep it.
Yeah,
keep
that's
it
probably more accurate.
Just hanging out at that little fruit bar thing in Gaim.
Yeah. What about it?
That implies something different than what you're saying.
Bruh. Okay.
Anyways,
Before this gets worse than we've already made it, why don't we switch over to Fudo PI?
Okay.
Unless you guys got anything else to say about the about episode 4 of Gates.
Well, I'm not allowed to talk about episode 5, so
no.
Other than Nago's hammer boost finisher was pretty badass.
There was Bonk and Deadpan. That's the entire episode.
Yeah. Deadpan was like, "No, you can't have hope. That's not how you play the game." And then Nago's like, "Aha, boost hammer motorcycle. Let's go." And yeah, that was the whole episode. That was pretty cool.
Super bonk.
Pretty much.
A flaming bonk.
Super bonk.
I did make note that her desire was to get true love, and I'm pretty sure they're just kind of shipping her and Kawa.
Well, we'll see.
Pretty much.
Because honestly, given episode 5, Nago makes a good combination with Ace.
Well, maybe we'll get like a love triangle thing. Who knows? Maybe we'll reach that level of drama later.
Oh God, I hope not. Even though that'd be kind of funny. Maybe.
Okay, everybody, say the obligatory. Yep, say the obligatory phrase with me. Still a better love story than Twilight.
Kiva's better than Twilight, obviously. Better vampire story, even though it's like, okay.
Okay, contractually obligated Twilight joke here, and check.
Yes.
Okay, good. We're an official show now.
Yes. Extreme Form finally came in.
Oh yeah, Fudo PI's anime debut of Extreme.
Yeah. I felt like that was just more like a cool way. I don't know how to put it. They made it cool, that whole debut, by making him a wise ass. It was like less flashy, cool action stuff. It's more so showing how smart Shotaro and Philip are, just to flex on the alcohol dope pant. That would happen.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the revelation that Axel is a bike is so jarring to the new waifu.
I think that'd be jarring to anybody who sees that.
You sure about that?
It's weird. It did kind of put into perspective for me how bizarre the show is and how bizarre it is. I mean, how easy it is to get disconnected from how bizarre that is. Like, after a couple seasons of the show, you're like, yeah, he turns to a bike, of course. What else do you want?
Sure, why not?
But
I mean, yeah. Like, there is a reality to you do realize that some tokusatsu stuff is stranger than life. And that includes Laser becoming an actual bike, meanwhile Axel is like partially a bike.
How come Axel's different forms don't turn into bikes?
Because he doesn't have the bike parts, obviously.
That's a good question.
Well,
I want to see him turn to bikes in his other forms.
He doesn't have the bike parts. He had to remove them.
Technically, Yellow Signal can, but I don't think he would have time.
Yeah, no. I think the real difference with that one would be like the bike would just have like a rocket pack. And he's like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Trial can't, that's for sure. It doesn't have the bike parts.
I'm going to assume
Yellow Trial could.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to assume we'll probably see Yellow Trial at some point.
We probably will.
Yeah.
It did appear in the opening.
Yeah. I have read the manga, so I don't know if that's going to show up. I'm sure it will, though.
It likely will. Fang the Traeger definitely appeared in the manga, so that's something to expect soon.
Yeah, I remember that was a big deal when that happened.
Yeah.
So can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
Dino Gun.
Dino Gun. More like a dino bow and arrow, but yeah. Chaos.
Chaos.
Yes.
So what do you think Tokime's relationship to museum probably is?
Let me think. The second attempt to make Philip.
Sorry, it sounded like you're eating the camera there. What'd you say?
Sorry. My best guess, as I have not yet read the manga, some second attempt to make Philip.
Who knows?
Because Philip seems like a valuable asset that is like, oh shit, we lost it. Now what? So it's like, I guess they tried to, like my headcanon is that they tried to make another Philip, but like a girl, but it didn't work out that well. So now we're here, and they also made that other guy who looks like a bigger brother of the girl. So it's like, okay.
So just other people who can try to access the Gaia library.
Maybe, that's my guess.
Maybe she at least somehow knew what a high dope was.
What? A high what?
That's what they call the true alcohol dopant a high dope. A very very unfortunate name.
A high dope. They do know that they are alcohol, right?
A very fitting but unfortunate name in this context.
Yep.
I mean, there's already a Bean Guy memory. I don't see why not. I don't see how this is any weirder than that.
I mean, I guess. Oh well. There is like that invisible one at some point, which was kind of weird, but it's like, oh well.
High dope. And of course they figured out who the leader of this new museum people are. Guy who looks like he's probably related to Tokime.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's what I assume. They're just trying to bring back the dope business back, make some money, but then Jotaro is like, "What the fuck are you doing? He ended you. Get back to your corner." That's what I assume will happen.
We have his driver new toys if they ever make that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they did. I did hear about that actually. They're gonna make like a CSM double driver for the anime.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like they will have voice lines from the anime and so on. Basically, another double driver if you want one, but for the anime people.
Yeah, I knew they were doing a double driver. I didn't know if they were making like whatever driver he has.
I don't know, but they're making
with as simple as.
How simple?
As simple as the W gear is, I'm not sure it needed more than one CSM. So I definitely don't think it needs this one, but that's just my opinion.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, Mochi. They will do this for money, and they did it.
Yeah, gives us a chance to get a new double driver and a chance for them to make money.
Yeah, and especially now with the anime, so it's like the perfect excuse.
And I mean, why not? The AMA's gonna try to be their way of getting more Kamen Rider in the West. So sure, go buy the belt.
Yeah, honestly, that's
Fair
that's one thing. That's like one thing I want to happen. Like one guy watching the anime will be like, "Wait, what? They're fucking toys for this anime? Oh, that's fucking dope!"
Hey everybody, it's Jack. You might be wondering why it's just me right now. Well, we had a bit of an oopsie during the recording. So Nemo was the one who was doing the recording this time around, and while we were recording, he had a blackout. So thankfully, his software still recorded the episode, but that's why it looks like it ended abruptly. So yeah, because of course that would happen. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and everybody have a good one.